Germany today is divided into two parts. What we commonly call West Germany is the group of states united into the Federal Republic of Germany. Flowing through West Germany from Switzerland to the North Sea is the famous Rhine River. Branching off from the Rhine is a tributary named the Ruhr River. And along both banks of this river is a district called the Ruhr also. The Ruhr is a busy place because there are large deposits of coal here and many factories that produce chemicals, iron, steel, and their products. The gray skies, always filled with smoke, tell us how productive the area is. Danger, mixer tipping, the sign says. It means that hot molten steel is being poured. Eventually, the steel is made into railroad cars, locomotives, and other products that are important to all of Europe. The people in these factories work hard to support themselves and their families at home. In Essen, a large city like our Detroit or Pittsburgh, we are going to meet a family named Müller. They live in an apartment house. Mr. Müller is known in Germany as Herr Müller. Herr Müller gets up at 5:30 in the morning while his 4 children, Rolf, Lisa, Marga, and Gertrude, are still asleep. Father, or Vater, as the German children say, starts breakfast with coffee to be followed by bread, butter, and sausage. Before Mother, or Mutter, sits down to breakfast, she goes to wake the children while her husband reads about the world's happenings in this newspaper published in the Ruhr. The children would like to stay in their comfortable feather bed with its ruffled pillowcases, but they go to school, as all German children do, at least until they're 14. After breakfast, Herr Müller leaves for work. At this hour, the sky is always gray with smoke, especially on a cold December day like this. And since the factories begin early, there are people already on the street waiting for streetcars and buses to take them to work. Not far from his house, Herr Müller boards a streetcar to go to one of the Krupp plants. Krupp is a large manufacturing company as famous as Ford and General Motors are in the United States. When he gets to the factory, Herr Müller changes his clothes before he goes to work at a machine which cuts steel. At home, after breakfast, Mother helps Rolf and the twins with their wraps. 5-year-old Lisa and Marga will walk part way with their brother when he goes to school this winter morning. Near the school, 2 patrol guards guide the children across the street safely. A patrol guard is proud of his job and likes to wear his white hat as a symbol of the important work he does. Like other German school children, these first graders carry their books in leather book bags on their backs. Today, lessons begin with the name of a musical instrument, the flute, or in German, Flöte. The children pretend they are playing the flute themselves. Then the teacher recites a poem about 2 boys, and the children respond with hand gestures. The teacher, Herr Fahrenberg, enjoys his work with Elfriede and Rolf, Hans, Erich, Ingrid, Sigrid, and the others. About 10 o'clock in the morning, when the children are getting hungry, there is a recess period. Milk is distributed to all who've paid for it. The children consider it a special privilege to be the milk monitor. Today, Sigrid gets the chance to practice some of the social graces. The rest of the children talk and laugh quietly until the reading period begins. Rolf takes his schoolwork seriously because he is beginning to understand that education will help him in his daily living and in the future. So he hunts for the right place now, eager to find it. Meanwhile, Lisa and Marga come in from out of doors to look for a mid-morning snack on the cupboard shelves that are as familiar to them as the refrigerator is to us. A bit later, it is time for lunch at the Krupp Works, and Father Müller is hungry too. In this clean-looking factory cafeteria, a substantial meal is ready: meat, potatoes, vegetables. The workers do not have a choice of dishes, but the food is appetizing and plentiful. In the dining room, shop workers and office workers eat together. Herr Müller joins some friends who are engineers. They talk about the factory and about questions Herr Müller will ask the representative of the union, to which workers of different crafts in this factory belong. Besides wages and hours of work, Herr Müller is especially interested in the factory's program of instruction for apprentices. Under this program, boys of 14 or 15 are trained in the plant after they have attended a vocational school for 3 years. In this way, they learn their trades thoroughly and get valuable experience. It may be that Rolf Müller will become an apprentice someday, but right now, going with Mother and the twins to the store will occupy the afternoon. From their apartment, the Müllers walk down a cobblestone street, past typically German buildings with plain lines, steeply slanted roofs, and squarish dormer windows. When they've walked a few blocks, they come to a busy section of town where there are German-made cars on the street and many stores. Some of the stores are owned by the factories, but not this one, where Mrs. Müller, or Frau Müller as she is called in Germany, selects what she wants among the fresh vegetables and salad greens. Here, paying with German marks and pfennigs, she may purchase by metric weight cookies and other such delicacies, or bananas transported from Central America. Such a modern aspect of life in the Ruhr is in contrast with the fish peddler who cleans your supper before your eyes and gives his surroundings an old-world look. These contrasts between the old ways and the new ones can be seen everywhere in Essen. Here is a building that, in style, looks backward to times gone by. Yet not far away is a church so modern in design that seeing it is like peering into the future. The children living near accept the modern look of this church as readily as they do their newly built houses. They take change for granted, as we do. And just as we do, most of them love to play outdoors. This little girl makes up a game of her own.